Okay, here we go. Don't forget, before I start, go to YouTube, type in my name, Pico City, One-on-One Talk, PTSD, and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get these views up, these subscriptions up, well, subscribes up. So just don't forget to go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Just hit it, say, and there you go. Yeah, we could. My next topic gonna be about Nuke. Nuke is killing the world, man. But well, as you all know, I was chilling as usual, and my somebody sent me a message. My master was about I think it was about independence, not accountability, independence. So they asked me what was the difference between a woman being independent and a man being independent. What's the difference in those two things? So wow, that's a good one because in everybody brain we all of us think we're independent. Pretty much all of us. So there you go. And that's it for the show. No, I'm joking. But the difference between independent is a man have to show that he's independent. You know, like that's how you get wives and girlfriends and stuff like that. And sometimes people to like you. And a woman is pretty much if if it's forced on a woman to be independent. I'm saying if the difference between that is a woman will let you know in a heartbeat that they're independent. So independence isn't a token to be bragged on or bragging rights because you're independent. No, the long story short, if you're doing things that grown people do, like paying your bills, you know, doing this and that, car notes, and take care of your kids, that's not being an independent, strong black woman. That's just being a woman that's taking care of her kid. And if she don't pay her bills, her lights and stuff get cut off like everybody else's. So you don't, you pretty much don't hear men running around saying they're independent because they don't need this, they don't need a woman, and they're independent because they pay their own bills and stuff. Yeah, because men, we already know the things we have to do in life to succeed. Most men do, but women, pretty much women do know that also, but it's just something about that word that they like. But nobody gets brownie points, and I'm talking about men and women. Nobody gets brownie points for saying they're independent because, to be honest with you, if you're independent, the world really don't care. Nobody cares if you're independent. Nobody cares if you can cook or clean and raise your kid right or pay bills and do. Nobody cares because in the eyes of the beholder, that's just stuff we have to do to survive. You know, so independence go a long way. You know, a lot of women say they're independent, but they go about. So you're not supposed to say it anyway, but when they do say it, they go about saying it the wrong way because let's just be honest. Mother's Day, Mother's Day is actually Father's Day now because some women will actually say Happy Father's Day I mean Happy Mother's Day on, well, you know, Happy Father's Day because I'm the mama and the father. First of all, one, this disrespect. It's so much disrespect, and that's why it's not good to say and being I'm being independent. No, that it all pretty much means the same thing. If you sit down and dissect this thing, it pretty much all means the same thing. And you have a lot of women that say Happy Mother's Day, and then when Happy Father's Day come around, they say Happy Father's Day to me because although the father might not be around, but you're still not a freaking father. Let's just be honest about that. I'm not trying to set shade on nobody. I'm just trying to answer the question that was given to me. You're not a father. You will never be a father. Just like a father can never be a mother. They can never do that. So I don't care if you're a single mother, a widow, widower, however they said, widow, yeah, widow. You can't take on the role of something you weren't meant to take on. Now, I'm not saying if you're out there supporting your kid or doing this and that because that's what you have to do. You have to do that. You don't get credit for taking care of your kid. That's man and woman. You know, it goes both ways. So until we can come together and drop that word independent, because like I said earlier, nobody really cares about you being independent. People can care less. What the freaking do you pay your bills? What you want, a cookie? You want a ticket for lunch or something like that? No, it don't work like that. So that was the question. I answered the best way I can. So is it good to use the word independence? No, it's not. Is it good to use independent around your wife? I mean, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, girl? No, it's not, because nobody. If you break it down, thank you. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, I'm an independent man, or I'm an independent woman. I don't need no help. But yet women say they don't need no help. I'm independent. But when all this stuff hit the land, food stamps, Section 8, that's not being independent. If you was independent, you would say, well, no, government, I like it, but I don't need it. I'm independent. I don't need no help from nobody because I'm doing it on my own. So you can't be independent if you're getting government assistance from the government. That's not being independent. I don't care how you try to mix it around and say, well, yeah, but no, there's no yeah, but. It's either you're independent or you're not. Brothers and sisters. So there you go. Men, we don't baptize that word independent. Independent, strong black man. You don't see that stuff on men's shirts, independent. But a woman will wear that freaking word out like it's gonna make her turn to Wonder Woman. No, you're human just like we are. It's pretty much the same thing. Thank you, thank you, Angelica. But these are but see the thing is this: if you say you're independent, you don't need a man, or you don't need a man and you're independent. See how I flip that around? Why be in a relationship and waste all your time trying to find the right man to marry? If you're independent, you don't need nobody. You don't need a husband. You don't. Cut and dry. Hey, TikTok game lock, as they used to say. You don't need a husband. So when you get married, now the husband got to take care of you. So if you get married, why come you can't take care of the husband if you're so independent? Now you notice all these women that say I'm independent, I'm a strong black woman, which I have no beef at all with a woman saying they're a strong black woman. I think that's a beautiful thing to say when it's time to say it. So why look for a husband? Oh, I don't need no man. If you don't need a man, you don't need a husband, because you gotta date a man for him to become your husband. Or unless y'all gonna jump to something real quick, but anyway, you still need a man. So we gotta be careful with how we say that. And I'm not picking on I'm not picking on the women, because actually a woman did send me this topic, and she was when we was messaging each other, she was telling me the reasons why it's not good for a woman to say that. So it's not me. So if she can see it, other people should be able to see it. Let's just be honest about this thing. And we were taught that from birth to adulthood. You know, so that's another reason why we're so messed up and screwed up as a nation, because we think the grass is greener on the other side. It's not. It's not. Especially if the grass is green on the side of a gate, and the gate is a wooden gate and you can't see over it till you jump over it, and then it's full of freaking snakes and spiders and stuff, and no grass, just dirt. So nobody is technically, no one's independent. That's a word we use to just tear each other down. Okay? You have strong black women, you have strong black men. That's all need to be said. We can't say I'm an independent, strong black woman. Who freaking cares? Nobody cares how strong you is, because at the end of the day, you're only strong as what you think you are. Now, take some time out to remember that, because all of us think we're strong like that, but when it comes down, you in the house crying by yourself. Come on, man. Let's just be honest about this thing. Totally not good to have a partner make you more powerful. Two is better than one. Yes, it is. Thank you, Angelica. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Because if you take a look let's just take a look at the statistics. We're losing this battle because men are out of hand and women are out of hand. We're out of hand, man. But we're talking about the topic independence. And although I'm a man and I have uh, male and females on this page sometimes, I just got to be honest. Women, y'all really need to stop saying that. You really, really do. And then when the crap hits the fan, you always wonder, well, you know what? I can't find no man. Nobody wants me and stuff like that. No, because people tired of your mouth. Sometimes it's just best to shut up. Just shut up. You don't know everything. Even if you right, be quiet. Be quiet. And that goes for the brothers too. We don't know everything. But if you got a combative woman in a relationship or a combative man in a relationship that want to rebuttal everything you say, that 9 out of 10, that relationship's not going to work anyway. Because both of y'all trying to be right. Come on, let's just it's crazy, but it's true. Both are trying to be right. Hey, look, the sky is blue. No, the sky's not blue. It's actually a shade off blue, so it's somewhat like a bluish. No, dude, come on, man, really? And then stuff like that turns to arguments. To all the women out here, if you out here, you're a single mother and you got kids. I don't care how many you got. It could be 1 or 10. It don't matter. And you're raising your kids to be the best they can try to be, because it's tough out here. If you're raising them right, that's your reward right there. Your kids grew up in a society and they fought off pretty much all the demons they could. Now I'm not saying they're gonna be perfect and they're gonna be demon proof. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. But if you're doing a good job, well, kudos to you. I congratulate you. Heads off. You're a beautiful black woman in my eyes. But chill with that independent word, because once again, nobody's really independent. Because if you were independent, when you go to work, you go in the office, put in your hours, print the checks out, sign your name on the front of the check, the one that you can't erase, and then turn around to the back and sign your name. That's independent because you're doing your own thing. But if we got to go to a job, we got to work hours. How many hours? I don't know. And we have to wait to get paid or check your account to see if the money is coming in. Where do you think that money is coming from? So technically, you're not independent. But we throw that word around like a baseball or a toy. None of us are, because we all wait to get paid. We all wait for things. That's not being independent. But they threw that they threw that word on us black folk, and we just took it and ran with it. Took it and ran with it. So it is what it is, people. It pretty much it's just it is what it is. I mean, there's no other way I can say it. Yeah, that's exactly that's what I'm saying. It comes from somewhere else, so it don't matter. It really don't matter. So it's just the word we like to hear ourselves say. You know, people want to get praised for doing things that's really not worth praising. You want to get praised for doing things. You really want to get praised for doing things with people that you want to stick out more than other people do. When you have kids, teach your kids between good and evil. Teach them that. Teach them the fear of the Lord, and teach them if you don't do this, there's a consequence. Well, teach them that. But you know what? We don't teach our kids that. We just say, well, you know what? Hey, I pretty much support what you do. Yeah, they're your children, but you're not supposed to be a fool for your kids. You're not. Because at the end of the day, we all of us got to leave this world, and we still, no matter how you look at it, we still got to meet the big guy. Then what are you going to tell him when he say, well, such and such? I gave you knowledge, or you knew something about me. Why you didn't tell your kids? You got 5 kids, so those are 5 extra people out there that got to go to hell. Why you didn't tell your kids about me? Well, you know what? I let them make up their own mind. You ain't trying to hear none of that. But hey, like I always say, it is what it is. But independence, it's a no go. It's definitely a no go. But yet, I still see more sisters say it than I see more brothers. Why is that? But if I say something about it, it's a stab at the black woman. No, homegirl, ain't a stab at the black woman. You stabbed yourself. I'm just a guy with a podcast trying to help as many people as I can. That's all I'm doing. I get no money for this. This is just me helping people with the knowledge I know from through the years. That's it. That's it. That's all I do. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm not trying to do none of that. It's like I said, it's men that say it and it's women that say it, but the percentage that said is more women. You want to be this, you want to be that, but you're really not. All of us are pretty much paycheck short. We live from paychecks to paycheck. That's what I meant to say. So come on, man. Let's just be honest about it. We're not. We're not. We never will be. So we pretty much have to work together because just like Angelica said, it's better for us to work together than to work as a team and stabbing each other in the back. Mm-mm-mm. And it's crazy. It's like that. Women works just as much as men. Yeah, nowadays, and it makes them feel like a man. Then they go home and attack the man, and that comes to I don't need you. I can pretty much stop the podcast right now because there's nothing else needs to be said. If you just read her comment, that's it. That's the key right there. I ain't got to say nothing else. See, when you try to take on that role of being independent, your shift changes. And when I mean your shift changes, that means here come the masculinity part. Now you think you're a man now. Well, I do this. That's stuff men say. But you want to run around and say the same exact thing, but you're not built to be masculine. Women were never built to be masculine, just like men were never built to be feminine. Never was, never will be. Never. If a man is buying his girlfriend or wife presents and stuff and he want to sit and talk to her, that's not showing his feminine energy. It's just a man talking to his wife. And that's another thing we gotta stop saying. Oh, you showing your feminine side. No, no, I'm just talking to you. But if I don't talk to you, then what? Well, you too masculine. So guess what? Nobody wins. It's always a toss up when it comes to black relationships. Always a toss up. So what do you do? What do you do when a situation like that? Because both of us can't have masculine energy. One has to be masculine, one has to be the feminine energy. It has to be. That's how things work. Women think they have arrived because they now make more, yep, power around the black. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. You have more women that's working. That's true. But please don't forget, just because you're working, that don't make you anything but a woman that get up and go to work. That's it. Them people can snatch your job just like they snatch anybody else's. Yeah, that's why a lot of men leave. Why okay, look. Why would you want to stick around somebody that's always and another thing, when people say they're independent, that pretty much within the way they say it, with the attitude they say, that pretty much mean, bro, I don't need you. So if you don't need me, why am I here? Why am I here? And I said this before. God made man and woman to need each other, not want each other, to need each other. So the I need you, but I don't want you thing though, that's dead, sweetie. I don't care who feelings I'm hurting with. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but this is the way we rise up from the ashes when we start taking accountability for our own selves. That's the only reason. Most women say, "Well, you know what? I don't need you. I want you because if I need you, you do this and do that." If that's your husband, by all means, yes, yes. And it's it's crazy because if you get married to a man, then that want turns to need. But when you was with him, that needed turned to want. So make it make sense. So all of a sudden you just woke up and he said, I'm gonna marry you. So you said, you know what, let me take off the want face and put the need face on now. Because that's your husband. He's supposed to take care of you. It always been a load of crap. She said, I think that's how women started wanting women. Angelica, girl, let me tell you. It's so crazy right about now. It's ridiculous. It's so crazy right about now. It's ridiculous. I don't think I would ever tell a woman, I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you. Oh, that's that's crazy, man. It's crazy. If you don't need me, let me go. If I don't need you, I'm going to let you go. Because one, I can want anything. I want a car, I want a home, I want a house, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, certain things in the world it's okay to want, but if you don't want a human and try to spend the rest of your life with somebody you want, that don't make sense. You're going to have to need me just like I'm going to have to need you, one way or the other. That's why a lot of brothers is running away from marrying women now. No, correction, black women. That's why they're running. Because if you hear this crap in the relationship, you're showing the hell gonna hear it when y'all in a house together and y'all live as one. So remember, my old man always told me, man, leopards don't change their spots, and they don't. I never understood that as a child, but the more I grow up and my awareness expands, the man was telling the truth. He was telling the actual truth. People don't change just because they get married. What you do in your relationship, if you marry that man, you're going to do the exact same thing you was doing in your relationship. You might not do it off the front, but give it some time, you're going to turn right back to those ways you used to be. So there you go. Like Queen say, and there you have it. So enough with the independence, black women, black men. Enough with it. You don't get brownie points for being independent. Some women, and I see this a lot on my timeline. So you can't get mad at me because I'm sitting on my timeline. I'm not making this stuff up because you have some people that will say, "Well, you're always picking it. You always pick at the root of the problem. If you don't pick at the root of the problem, you keep letting it go. Guess what? Nothing will happen. Nothing will change. Nothing. It won't change. But women can put on Facebook all day how great of a mother they is that take care of their kids, and these women sometimes have good father figures in that good. I mean, so these women sometimes have good men, well, good. Um, I don't like to use the word baby daddy. Good fathers in their kids' life, but do they give them credit? Nada. No. But you want us to give. When I say us, I ain't talking about me and no, I'm just saying. But you want us to give y'all credit. Why? 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 What did you do so amazing? How many of our black sisters just guess what? You ain't got to talk to him at all. He can have a whole new world. You can have a whole new world. How many of y'all just sent them a text message or sent them a call and said, you know what? Thank you for being a great father. You know why we don't? You know why y'all don't do stuff like that? Because in your eyes, we don't deserve the praise, but y'all deserve the praise. Oh, you're such a good mother. Nobody never said, you know what? You're such a good father. I'm not gonna say nobody because sometimes it happened, but majority rules. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Why is that? Because we were taught to praise women, and you don't praise nothing but the Lord. But that's how we were taught. Nobody says, you know what? You're a good father. No. You vaguely hear the kids say that about their own father because the mother raised them. And when you have evil in your heart for the person you laid down and had babies with, then you rub that evil off on your kids. I don't care if the man's in the kid's life or not. You don't talk negative about somebody that brought a kid that helped you bring a kid forth. You don't do that. You just don't do that. Well, I told you your father was no good, nigga. Even if the father do show the kid that he ain't worth crap, you do not down that man. I don't care what your mama say. I don't care what her mama say. You don't down him. Now I'm not talking about all women. I'm not doing. I'm not. I would never say that. But I know a lot of women personally. Well, used to. That was years ago. But well, you know what? I said on Facebook. I said on Instagram. I said on TikTok. Y'all can really down some people just because stuff don't go y'all way. I saw this thing on Facebook. The guy um bought his kid some clothes. No, no, no. He sent the money with his son. No, I was right. I'm sorry, I had it right. He bought the kids some clothes, and he knocked on the door. He goes some clothes I bought such and such some shoes. He bought him a couple of outfits and stuff. And the mother got pissed off at him. He like, why are you mad at me? What I do? She told him, because I told you to give me the money. I want to go shopping for my son. He like, well, guess what? That's my son too. And she was like, sometimes. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Even if he do his job as a father and he don't meet the fullest potential, who are you to say what that man can contradict or contribute to that kid? Who are you? You're nothing but a human just like he is. Y'all had sex, y'all had a baby, so the baby belongs to both of y'all, whether we like it or not. That's that man's kid as much as it's yours. And no, mothers don't give life. Fathers drop the seed of life. That's another thing we need to talk about. You do not bring forth life. Men bring forth life. Long story short, I can't even see that. What first we gave birth more than likely the mother is taking on full responsibility. It don't matter, Pickable. It don't matter. That's still that man's father, or that I mean that man. That's still that boy's father, that child's father. Even receive. Think about responsibility when you're raising a child. It will never be 50-50. It will never be 50-50 because some women believe that men can do better when it comes to raising a child, but you never hear a man say, you know what, you can do better. Um, Raising a kid is way, way, way more than buying them clothes, keeping food in their mouth. Those are the basics. That's the basic stuff. And yeah, you're supposed to do that. That's with man or woman. So we can't say it's more responsibility. The reason, in most areas of life, the only reason why it's a big responsibility like that because the parents don't get along with each other. So when he's gone, you're stuck with the kid, but you got to think about it. Didn't you see that coming? You should have saw it coming because if you lay down with a man and you know the man's no good, do you think he's going to stay around and raise the kid the way you want him to? Let's just be honest about it. I don't know why I can't see your message, Pickable. Uh, we give birth more than like. See, there we go again. I don't know what's wrong. I'm trying to get to it, baby. Hold on. Nope, that's this. Hold on. You know I'm old now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Nope, it keep jumping past yo. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I'm a fan of it though. Just give me a minute. Don't be laughing. They keep jumping past her text. I mean her message. I mean her message. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Can we do it this time? Nope, it keep jumping past. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, here we go. Responsibility for the children. You don't have to speak negative about the dad. He'll show what type of dad person he is. Pico, you don't Pico. I I never said you had to be in the same house, sweetie. I never said that. I never said, and I will never say that. But all I'm saying is, well, you don't have to be in the same house with the children to raise them. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely freaking positively right, and I have no argument with that because you're right. So I know women give birth because men can't give birth, but according to the man upstairs, not the man he on earth, that's still that man's kid. And many of us have to raise our kids to, hey, guess what? You know what? I know you feel this way about your father. He's not here for all that. He's this and that, but guess what? He's still your father. So try not to disrespect them. Make it because if they disrespect, okay, and I understand this. Kids do things because his anger built up. But there's a time and place for everything, and there's a way you do things and the way you don't do things. So just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I definitely know that his actions will always tell him, oh, come on now, you know I know. And that's, you already know what I'm talking about. But you know I know. You know I know. I'm just saying, I'm not saying his actions won't tell him. I'm just saying that that's still that kid's father. Regardless. Regardless what people see or say, remember, you slept with him. So If he a no good nigga, that make you a no good woman because you slept with him. You can pretty much tell from a guy's demeanor if he's gonna be there or not. It's just the way somebody look. And when I mean be there, I mean like take the whole for a ride, like be with you and stuff like that. You know, we all know that. Men know if a woman gonna actually be a woman to the kids. Now this, I'm not saying that all women are bad because let's just be honest, they're not. I'm not saying that all men are bad, but most of the time, most of the time, men pretty much get the short end of the stick. I'm not gonna say all the time. I'm just gonna say most of the time because in some points there's no win because men can't raise kids the way you see fit to raise your son or daughter. That really shouldn't happen. The difference, the parents shouldn't. Well, the parents have shouldn't take. Well, the parents have shouldn't take away from them being parents. I don't understand that. The difference the parents have shouldn't take away from them being parents. Hmm. You have to elaborate more on that one, my sister. You deep, my sister. But oh wait, I think I get what you're saying. I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, I get it now. It just dawned on me. You know, I'm slow. But yeah, you shouldn't do that because that's still a man's father. I mean, that's still the kid's father. Why keep saying the man like everybody got sons? The difference they have shouldn't take away from them being a parent. You're right. You're absolutely right. And yeah, I am tripping. You're absolutely right. But in most cases, women to get mad at the father and won't even allow them to see their kids. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Angelica. You're absolutely right because women use kids as a weakness for the father. No, you can't see your kid. Or I'm coming to get the kid. I'm coming to get my son or daughter. No, you can't go over there because old girl over there. But you live with your boyfriend. Somebody please help me make that make sense. You live with your guy. He's in the house with your son, your daughter. He could be beating the crap out your kids. He could be doing whatever. But if I come to get my kid, you got a problem because my girlfriend is over at the house. Now that just don't make sense, people. It don't make sense. So I don't know why women do that. I don't know. Because men can turn around and say the same thing and say, you know what? I don't trust that dude around my kids. Now, by me saying that, I'm not saying that it don't happen because sometimes it do happen. But you got more women that don't want other women around their kids, and you got more men that don't want other men around their kids. Yeah, I know, Angelica. So it is what it is, man. We just gotta we as a black race, we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn from each other, and we have a lot to learn about each other. Because whether we like it or not, this is a contact sport, man. This is a contact sport. So it's not about the man being right. It's not about the woman being right. It's about raising that kid right. That's all it is. But when it comes to being independent, nobody's independent. So we can't we that's a word they need to take out. They're taking out all the rest of these words, cancel culture. They need to take that out because people just take it and run with it. No. So hey, if somebody can please tell me, if you say you're so independent and you don't need a man, you don't need help from no man, why do you want to marry a man? That's the question for today. Nobody can answer that question because, like Donald Trump said, it's pretty much fake news. It's fake news. So I don't know. I don't know anymore about that word. It's like, man, it's just a good question. It's just I'm sorry, not a good question. It's just a good topic, and I thank you for sending me the topic. So it is now 7:20. think I did pretty good. So you already know what to do. If you like what you hear, please enjoy it and continue to like it and listen to it. Don't forget to go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Oh wait, we got another question. Be a role model too, and so could she. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because the father's not in the kid's life or the mother of the kid in the kid's life, there are good role models out there. There are. There really are. Parenting, some of us don't mind helping, and that's a plus. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. But the only part that's kind of shaky on that when you said we rather let our own. I mean, I'm sorry, no. No one wants to raise someone else's kid because you got a lot of women out there that really don't care. They want you to do the job. They want you to do it. Well, you the stepdaddy. No, homie, I ain't no stepdaddy. I go with you, not your kid. So all that package deal stuff, that stuff is for the weak, man. I'm not saying women are untouchable if they have kids. I mean, you have a lot of beautiful women out there, inside and out, they got kids and won't even think about doing them like that. Let that be that man's choice. Don't come in there saying, "Well, you gonna take care of my kids?" No, no. Why would I do that? So that's the only problem I have with that comment. That's the only problem. But I do get what you're saying. I really do. So hey, it is what it is. So that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to go to YouTube and subscribe to my page, Pico City, One-on-One Talk, and PTS is all under the same thing. You got something you want to talk about? Anonymously, throw it in the inbox. You don't, just put it on my page. I'll get to it as fast as I can. And so until that time, oh, one more thing to say. I believe in giving people flowers while they're living. Well, some of the time. I want to give a shout out to my nephew Tony Brown. I saw your show yesterday, man, and I really like what you're doing. I like what you're doing because all of us, and that includes me, anybody else, all of us should be able to sit down and hear that type of message. If it ain't from you, from somebody that's gonna tell the truth. Because it's a lot of us out here, we just don't know the way. We think we're something we're not. So shouts out to Tone Bone, Antonio Brown. I love you, nephew. Keep up the good work, man, and you got my support. You already know you got my support. So I'm gonna start putting your stuff on my page so it'll reach a bigger. Well, I don't have a big audience like that, but more people to see it. So keep up the good work, man. I salute you and heads off to you, and I love you, nephew. But this is Pico signing off from One-on-One Talk. Holidays coming up, so let's see. I might be back on here Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Well, probably tomorrow because I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow. But if I'm on tomorrow, I'll be more than happy to let you guys know. But until then, this is me signing off saying God bless everybody. And please, if you guys go out there to celebrate the holidays tomorrow, please drive safely, no speeding because all you see is accidents now. So please don't do that. Drive safely, respect each other, and just and enjoy the holiday. Enjoy the food with your family. Don't get too drunk and fight nobody. So that's it for me. I'm out of here. This is Pico One-on-One Talk signing off saying, be cool, everybody. And it's for YouTube. I want to thank all my YouTube fans, well, my YouTube listeners. I ain't got no fans for supporting my page. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all always take time to hear my show sometimes, and I'm thankful for that. So tell a friend. Tell a friend, hey, this guy named Pico, he got a little page, y'all. Hey, hit the subscribe button. There's more coming. So from YouTube, from the bottom of my heart to all my YouTube people, thank you so much, and God bless you all. Thank you.